What's up, everybody? Welcome to the neighbor's kitchen. I have my brother here. Andy is with me today, and we originally set out to do a brother versus brother, Traeger versus Traeger, wrap versus no wrap brisket episode, trying to answer the question, does it make a difference when you wrap your brisket? So we're making poor man's briskets today. But Andy, we're recording our second intro because we ran into an issue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're not really going to stray too far from the initial intent of this video. We're still doing wrap versus no wrap. We got a problem, the two of us, we got to figure it out together. The problem was actually with my ThermoPro. And Andy has the same thing based on a video that I made last year when I reviewed this, and something just wasn't adding up. First off, my batteries died 3 hours in.
Yeah.
So Andy brought his just in case, and this is showing the results of what I thought time-wise
We should be at.
Yep. So stick around for next week. We're gonna put all this data together and call ThermoPro. We're gonna see what their warranty department is like. So stick around for that, but don't worry about that in this video. This video is still
Wrap versus unwrapped.
versus no wrap. Let's get cooking. All right, bud. Well, thanks for joining me today. Let's go ahead and get our stuff preheated to let's do, what do you think, 225?
Yeah.
Let's do 225 today. And ignite. So you're at 98, I'm at 98. Pretty consistent. Must be 98 outside. So, do you understand what we're doing?
We are testing wrapped versus unwrapped.
Yep. So, before we get started, I want to write down some predictions. So, I'm gonna write mine, and we're gonna put it in a sealed envelope. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick which one finishes first.
Okay.
Put my name on it. And I'm gonna say how much time you think it's going to differ. Like a little, a lot, or like, uh-oh, we screwed up.
Okay.
So that's my prediction. Take that over to Sandra.
Yep.
And take this. Predictions have been made. All right, so we are preheated. Here are our poor man's briskets. I do not have memorized what the poundages are, but they're within 1/10 of a pound. I'll put that in the editing. So what we're doing here is we're going to put these on, and at the stall, we're gonna wrap one, but not the other. You know what the stall is?
It's when something with the fat.
It has to do with the fat and the moisture. So roughly at 160 degrees is, and we'll actually see this, so we're gonna use the ThermoPro TempSpikes. We're gonna put one in each, and I'm gonna record all the data, and actually next week's episode, we're gonna go through the data, and you'll see it's gonna rise pretty steadily, and then it's gonna flatline for a while, and then it's gonna go back up. So what that is that's when the moisture from the meat, which is not just fat, but fat plays a big role in it, starts to evaporate. Works very much the same system as to why we all sweat. So it that flat line is actually theoretically cooling it off. It's not really cooling it off, but it's not gaining temperature. Mm-hmm. So, and that's what we're testing today. So, I'm a little hotter than you right now, but they're gonna fluctuate a little bit. It's gonna be fine because we're gonna have all the data. So if something crazy happens, we can call that out. And it is like 98 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So that's cool. It's hotter than Satan's house cat. So which one do you want, buddy? I'll let you pick.
Take the one on the left.
All right. So one of the things I have done is I actually converted my ThermoPro to work off of my tablet, because when it was on my phone and I walked too far away, there'd be a gap in my data. And so I don't want to, I want to have all the data. So we're gonna have Andy be the white one. I'll let you insert that as you know how to use this. And we'll keep that right there. All right. You just real quick, want to make sure you're not in that vein right there.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go right here. I like it. What are we forgetting? Anything? Nothing? We're going to 160. We're gonna try to keep the updates to a minimum, because I know you guys like shorter videos. Plus, we're gonna do all the data next week. So let's go ahead and put these on. I'm gonna go probe facing forward.
All right.
Out of curiosity, what kind of pellets you got?
I've got the Traeger Signature blend.
I'm rocking Pro Series, so let me go ahead and start recording. Start recording. All right, let's go get cleaned up. We'll see you guys at 160 degrees internal temperature. I forgot to mention something, Andy.
What'd you forget?
So what I did before you got here was, so I seasoned these last night. That's in last week's video. We made our own brisket seasoning, brisket rub from scratch. So if you guys are interested in what we're using today, go back to last week's video. I did that at about 5 p.m. So about 19 hours in the fridge, or 19 hours of seasoning. And then at 10 o'clock this morning, I pulled them out of the fridge and let them acclimate.
Aren't they supposed to be close to like room temperature or something?
Yeah, so whenever you put them on a hot grill or smoker, it shocks the moisture out, and the whole idea of smoking being low and slow is keeping the moisture in. So anything you can do to help that. So these have been sitting inside on the counter, just on this for 2 hours, and I wanted to show you guys. So we just put these on, and we're at 52 degrees internal temperature and 55. Whereas if we took them out of the refrigerator, they'd be at like 30s. I don't know. I think my fridge is set to 33, so it doesn't freeze. So yeah. So I forgot to say that while we were all mic'd up. Hopefully this audio doesn't suck, but to show you guys what we got going on here. So we got, this is my Traeger Ranger. We're at 216, and now Andy's a little hot. He's at 238, and we got our ThermoPro TempSpike there. And over here, our little outdoor kitchen. This is my tablet. So that we don't lose it. And I guess we can put this away. And there's Sandra and the diesel butt. He's on the mend. And there's our A and B cameras. And there's a little Sadie monster. And guys, we're having a good day today. I appreciate you being with us. If you don't mind, go ahead and pause this video real quick. And in the comment section below, let me know which one of these is gonna finish first. All right, guys, check it out. My poor man's brisket has reached 160 degrees right at the 2 hour mark, Andy. And yours is 156, so we're 4 degrees apart.
That's not bad.
That's how it works. Pretty even. I've been looking at this over the last 2 hours, and our smokers are keeping real close. So that's impressive. That's been kind of neat to watch. So how about we take a look at these real quick, and then we're going to wrap mine.
Sounds good.
All right. You want to go ahead and show me what's going on, man? Oh, yeah. Hang on. We got to get some light in there. Well, okay. Let's take a peek at this one. Oh, yeah. Looks good. Let's go ahead and shut that. Now, you've never done this, correct?
The wrapping, no.
All right. So here's my little trick. You just get yourself a cheap pair of knit gloves, and this works as an insulator.
So you don't burn yourself.
So you don't burn yourself. But you also don't want to get the juices in the knit gloves, because then it just holds close to your skin.
Yeah.
So you put on a clean pair of nylon gloves. Yeah. So we got that. And then I prefer to use butcher paper. I do know some people who use tin foil, but that's not my thing. Sadie, you're right in the kitchen. I guess we're just standing over the dog. So we're gonna go ahead and get a nice big piece of paper here. You want to grab that? Now this is dry paper. You know paper absorbs moisture. We're trying to keep this as moist as possible. So I have one of these, and you know, sometimes you buy these in a 12 pack, and sometimes you run cleaner through it, sometimes you run vinegar. So I have this one labeled only water ever, so that it doesn't pick up any chemicals or flavors. And you want to spritz this down. And what this is doing is the paper has absorbed a sacrificial spritz,
layer of water,
and it's not going to rob the moisture away from whatever it is that you're wrapping. So the other thing that I do, since we're using the ThermoPro TempSpikes, you don't want that in the wrap, because the outside of it has the ambient area. So before you ever wrap it, you know, envision where your brisket's going, and you want to tear yourself a little void, just a couple inches for the probe to go through.
Why not take the probe out and then stick it back in once it's wrapped?
You're not going to necessarily find the same hole.
Okay.
And the trick to keeping these things moist is to puncture them as little as possible. Every puncture hole you make is a void for water, for moisture to escape.
Okay.
And it's just not conducive to the end game, which is trying to keep this moist.
Makes sense.
So here we go. Can you shut that, please?
Yep.
Thank you. And I'm actually going to tear that a little bit more. That'll do. And I go over. Like a little more here. Up and over. Came off this way, so this is my bottom. So bottom is facing up now.
So you always want it oriented the same way?
I do. I don't know if that's necessary. But then we fold our tails over like that. And now, it's kind of like wrapping a Christmas gift, which I'm terrible at. So there's that. And this little extra flap here, you can just lift it up, fold it down like that, and there you have it. We got our probe still sticking out, nice and wrapped, nice and moist. So if you don't mind, if you'll open that Traeger again. right back on top. Will you grab the GoPro? Let's see real quick. Not too bad. Let's just see what your pellets are doing. Yours is running more efficient than mine. So, there we go. We're at probe white. Can you swipe that to the black one? Might be the other way. So we're still at 160. The ambient temperature cooled down since we had the lid open. We're down to, was that 169, 171 already? So that's gonna go back up. Like I said, this is the 2-hour mark. We're both at or near the stall. The no wrap is a little cooler. So, I don't know, man.
Me neither.
To wrap or not to wrap? That is the question. We're gonna find out right here. I don't think I mentioned this in the video earlier, but we are going to 203 degrees internal. And typically this is my favorite method for cooking poor man's briskets and big monster beefy briskets. I typically at 225 will plan for 90 minutes per pound.
Okay.
So we'll see where that's at. Guys, we'll update you if anything crazy happens. If not, something crazy is gonna happen. You think?
I don't know.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Talk to you soon. Oh, we've got an issue. And it's not with our meat. It's not with one of our Traegers. Neither of us has heat stroke yet. It's with our ThermoPro. So we're at the 3-hour mark. And one probe is down to 1 bar battery and the other probe is down to 2 bars battery. Pretty sure those probe batteries are supposed to last. It was an odd number in the teens. I want to say it was 19 hours. And we're at 3. So, hoping I can get you guys that data still. But we might be making a YouTube video on how good is ThermoPro's warranty. It's a 1-year warranty. I haven't had it a year. But if I can't even get through a simple poor man's brisket on 1 charge, it's unacceptable. So, keep you guys updated. I hope I don't lose anything, but I don't know. That's a little sketchy, so I'll keep you guys updated. So shortly after I recorded that little video, my Pro batteries fell down to 0 bars on the display, and as you saw in the picture I provided, they're supposed to last 36 hours or more. So clearly something is wrong. Andy and I put our heads together and we decided that the best thing to do was to add his ThermoPro TempSpikes into the briskets additionally next to mine so that we could continue to capture data. And as it turns out, it's not just my batteries that are busted. My TempSpikes were off on temperature as well. So I have no idea what this data is going to look like, and all I can say is that I have been wondering why some of my cook time estimates have been wrong lately. So I feel much better about having found the source of the problem. So the no wrap brisket took almost exactly 2 hours longer to cook. When the wrapped brisket finished, I turned my Traeger to the keep warm setting and let the no wrap one finish. When the no wrap one finished, we removed them both from heat and let them rest for half an hour before we carved them up and tried them. Check this out. Well guys, we made it with a few hiccups. You're only as good as your tools, like I said earlier, and apparently I'm not very good. But thankfully my brother came over to help me with this episode, and we're going to address that later, but that's not what this video is about. So on this side, we left the black probes over here. This is the wrapped brisket. And we left the white probes over here. This is the no wrap brisket. And we got a fly problem, so we're gonna try to get this done as quick as possible. But we have some predictions here. And I thought maybe we'd take a look at those. All right, it's so hot that the stuff you lick has adhered to the Post-it notes. Sandra says, Daniel, a little. Is 2 hours still a little?
No, it's a lot. It's a lot. I was thinking more like 30 minutes.
Andy said, wrapped half hour.
I was wrong.
He still said wrapped. I said wrapped by a decent amount.
You were right.
You were right.
Well, I think all three of us were right. Didn't we all say wrapped?
We did.
Yeah.
So we're all three right.
Yeah.
So, but by 2 hours for 3 1/4 pound, would you like to let him out?
I can, yes.
Andy, which one should we start with?
Whatever you want, Bubba.
I tell you what. Let's start with the one that came off the most fresh.
All right.
All right.
Put your nose away, ding dong.
Sandra, we're starting with the no wrap. So first off, let's take a look here. It's pretty pliable. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
And can we take a look at this bark here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good bark.
Nope. Diesel.
That's a bad bark. It's a nice smoke ring. All right, so one of the things before we take our first bite, we want to know, is there more smoke flavor in no wrap than wrap?
Okay.
So make sure you're getting a bite from the bark. That's the outer place. You guys ready?
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Incredible texture on the bark.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think about the texture of the inside?
Definitely a little bit dry.
A little dry,
A little dry, but
not terrible.
good
No.
flavor still.
Yeah, we're still good. That was good.
Very good.
What else can we tell our audience?
You see the difference. Moisture.
Tell the difference. Oh my gosh.
Look at the moisture here versus there.
Yeah.
So what are we gauging this on? The crust? What'd you guys think?
Crust was good. It was crunchy. Had
Yeah.
crunch.
And the inner moisture?
I think it was a little dry.
A little dry.
Okay. What about the smoke flavor?
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Are the three of us ready to go to wrap?
Yeah.
Everybody pick a piece. Oh, Andy, you want that one?
Yep.
So, once again, decent smoke ring.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Still pliable. I'd compare that. A piece of dog hair on mine. Ready?
Yep.
Yep.
I like that.
I do too. You can definitely tell there's not as much smoke flavor though. The outside's not as crunchy either.
There's less of a bark.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still good. It's just,
Yeah.
it's not all there. That's not the right words. There definitely is smoked flavor, just not as much,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
But the moisture is there,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I love that about it.
So which one's your favorite?
I have to say wrapped.
Wrapped?
Yeah.
Andy?
I almost have to go with the unwrapped. I do like that smoke flavor, and I like the crunchiness of the outside, but even though the unwrapped is drier, it's still got the crunchy outside, but the soft inside.
Yeah, and it wasn't turned into jerky.
Right.
I gotta say, this is gonna sound like we rehearsed this. We did not. I like them both. Honestly, I'd like to exercise both of these methods into my kitchen. I feel like if you're hosting for a lot of people, wrap it.
Gets done quicker, you can feed people quicker.
Gets done quicker. So this was 2 hours apart on a 3 1/4 pound chuck roast. So we'll do that math in next week's video. Imagine if this was a 15-pound brisket. That ratio that I'll come up with will equalize roughly on the brisket. So time's a big matter. I like them both. I feel like if I was just having brisket, I would want unwrapped.
Yeah.
I feel like if I wanted brisket for leftovers, or if I was making brisket tacos or sandwiches, I like to go with this. And Diesel's like, I don't care, give me some. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us this week. If you're still with us, I appreciate you sticking around to the end. We had some issues. This was not how this was entirely planned, but that's how cooking goes. So roll with it with me, and then roll down a little bit below and hit that like button if you don't mind. Subscribe, because next week we're going to have a follow-up video to this. And most importantly, until next time, be well. Thanks, guys.
People sit. Let's give Mom a high five. Uncle Dennis, camera can get that, but
What's up, buddy?
that'd be cute.
Good boy.
That'd be cute. How he feels about brisket. High five.